Hi guys, Andy Crowley here again, and welcome to day 7 of this 10-day guitar starter course. Now at the start of this course, I let you in on the secret that most popular songs don't really use many chords. And in this video, we're looking at the most common order and the most common 4 chords that happen in a song. Now there's a viral YouTube video by a band called The Axis of Awesome, who are a comedy rock band, and basically they say that they can play every pop hit of the last 50 years with the same 4 chords. This is something they call a 4-chord song. Now, as a beginner, it's pretty useful to be able to play 4 chords and be able to play a lot of songs, like nearly 50 songs, just by the same chords in the same order. And that's basically what we're going to cover in this video, exactly how to play that 4-chord song with what I call Oasis-style chords. These are chords that are all in the key of G and are all pretty easy changes for the amount of chords that we have. We're going to also cover the most common strumming pattern that has ever existed for any kind of up-tempo popular songs, which these are. So let's get straight in for a close-up and have a look at how to play a 4-chord song. So the first chord we're going to go for is this way of playing a G chord. Now you may be more familiar with a G, which is just played with the first 3 fingers, 1, 2, 3 like this, and no little finger. But I'm going to encourage you to use your 3rd and little finger here on the thinnest 2 strings, which on my acoustic look like cheese wire, and the thickest 4 strings are bronze coloured, because these 2 fingers are going to stay down for every chord in this song, which makes for much easier changes and is a whole style of playing guitar that's going to sound really great. So we have our first finger 2nd fret of the 5th string, middle finger 3rd fret of the thickest E string, and then 3rd and little finger on the thinnest 2 strings, also at 3rd fret, which on my guitar has a dot. 1, 2, 3. And we call this an all fingers G. I sometimes call it an Oasis G as well. We'll cover why in a second. The second chord we're going to need is a D sus4. So this is the D chord we've covered so far in this 10-day course, but we're going to keep the 3rd and little finger down the entire time and just move our first finger to here. When we do that, we just try and strum the thinnest 4 strings, but this makes a much easier change between the 2 really common chords, G and D. It sounds great when we start on the G chord. So G, middle finger lifts off and stays off, first finger moves to 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and again we need to keep all the fingers right on their tips, kind of like a claw hand, not too flat. The 3rd chord we're going to play is an E minor, but we're going to keep the 3rd and little finger down, so this is our normal E minor that we covered in a previous day on this course. And then 3rd and little finger stay down like this. Now this is a tougher chord just from a stretch point of view, but most people can do it when they first try it. And as soon as I play that, you may recognise that this is the first chord in the song Wonderwall by Oasis. And because each one of these chords has such a different name, you know, E minor 7, D sus4, and the G chord, it doesn't really have a name with the 4 fingers, so we just call it a 4-fingered G or an all fingers G. I nickname all of these Oasis style chords because they're all used in the song Wonderwall. So as a recap, we have G, keep the 3rd and little finger down when we change, D sus4, no middle finger down, first finger here. E minor 7, but it's an E minor with your 3rd and little finger down, all 6 strings. And then finally, a C add 9, which is our G major shape, but we move your first 2 fingers down 1 string. So that makes for a much easier change between G and C. And it's a fairly straightforward change between each one of these chords. One more time in the order we're going to need them in. Here's a G, D sus4, no middle finger down, 3rd and little finger still down, E minor, and C add 9. And for short we can just say G, D, E minor, C, once we know we're using this method, keeping the third and little finger down. Now this is the first time we've used your third and little finger all the time, so they may stay down for quite a while, so do relax them and possibly just touch the strings while you're sort of practicing the changes in between. You don't have to press down as hard as possible unless you're strumming. So you can kind of relax and just go through the motions to get used to those chord shapes if they are new for you. So I'm now going to do a quick demo of this 4 chords song just to give you a gist of how this is going to sound and what we're going for song-wise. So we'll start on the G chord and I'll just have a quick sing through the first few songs so you get the idea. So the first song in this first 4 chord song, You're Beautiful by James Blunt. My life is brilliant, my love is pure, I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. Second song. People killing, people dying, children hurt, can you hear them crying? Can you practice what you preached? That's Where Is the Love? We have Forever Young. I wanna be forever young. Forever young? I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours by Jason Mraz. They all have this same movement behind them. Let's just do a couple more. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. Oh, I can't live with or without you. With or Without You by U2. So some very different songs there, and hopefully that's allowing you to peek behind the curtain and see what's going on here with songs. The same chords, but it's the lyrics over the top and how we use them that's the real difference. Now I'll just say a couple of things at this point before we move on. Not all these songs are in the original key, so if you try and play them along to the original it may not work, but most beginner songbooks change the key of a song to make it easier for you to play so that you are using chords that a beginner would be able to play. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So G, D sus4, E minor 7 and a C add 9 are the easiest way to play the chords that we need for these songs. And they sound great if you're just singing along, maybe at a barbecue or family gathering, or if you just want to have a play and sing and kind of work out how to play over these songs, or you know someone else who sings and you can have a jam along with them and you can keep these 4 chords going. So I'll kind of talk you through exactly how to do that, but let's look at a cool strumming pattern now so that we know exactly how to play these songs and make the most out of it with the most common strumming pattern ever. So of course the easiest strumming pattern to do for any song is just 4 strums on the beat. We need each one of these chords to last for 1 bar. So G, 2, 3, 4, D sus4, E minor, and C add 9. That's the easiest way to do it. If you do struggle with this strumming pattern you can always do that, but the most common strumming pattern ever by far is down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. Now to nail this strumming pattern we need to miss out 1 down strum, which feels very weird, but the only real rule with strumming is to keep your hand moving at the same rate all the time and just catch the downs or ups that you happen to be doing because you need to do that rhythm. So the rhythm wise we definitely need it to be 1, 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 4. Down, down, up, down. Ba, 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 ba. And you see that I had to do a loop to miss out beat 3. Down, down, up, down. To make this sound I'm just pressing my strings really lightly so I'm not touching the fretboard, just muting them. And if we do that on a G chord now, it sounds like this. And if we did that for each of the chords, we'd have So let's look at that together, dead slow, starting from the G chord. Play along with me if you can. In 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down. D sus4, down, down, up, down. E minor 7, down, down, up, down. C add 9, down, down, up, down. If you're still having problems at that point, we need to mute the strings or just stay on one chord and really acquire this rhythm. Really make sure it's automatic. Strumming guitar is done, it's done with your arms. You need to train it. You need to train the skill. So down, down, up, down. And once you've got it, try not to think about it at all. Bum, 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 bum. Think about the rhythm, not the hand motion. Just keep your hand motion moving. And let's keep that going on a G chord now. So G chord, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. 1, 2, and 4. If it stopped happening, just join in again. In 1, 2, 3, 4, down. So that's the strumming pattern. If you want the chord sheet and all the songs available for this 4-chord song idea, click the link in the description to my website and they're all written out exactly, all the lyrics, so you can kind of play through this 4-chord song in the fashion that I'm demoing here. But let's have one final playthrough together as the last thing that we do in this particular video. And let's start on our G chord as always. And I will count you in nice and slowly. We'll play first and then I'll sing over it. If you drop in and if you drop out and come back in, that's totally fine. Just do what you can, and remember, you can just strum 4 down strums per bar if you want, or even once per chord. Totally fine. Do what you can, and the skills will come once we train them over time. So from the G chord, play along now in 2, 3, 4. And here we go. My life is brilliant, my love is pure. I saw an angel, of that I'm sure. People killing, people dying, children hurt, can you hear them crying? Can you practice what you preached? Would you turn the other cheek? Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Keep it going, 3, 4. I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot. I'm yours. Lipstick stains on the front lobe of my left side brains. Keep it going. If I could, then I would. I'll go wherever you will. And can you feel the love tonight? Country roads take me home to the place I belong. I'm your biggest fan, I'll follow you until you love me. Paparazzi, I can't live with or without you. Pictures of you, pictures of me, hung upon your wall for the world to see. And she will be loved as she well beloved. Pause there. Now in this particular, lyric sheet and the song that we're going for, this is where they say something called double time. Double time just means basically half the amount of time on each chord, really. but it means that everything's kind of therefore sped up by twice the amount. If we're doing that, we cannot do this strumming pattern. We just want to do 2 strums per chord, really. It does mean super quick chord changes, but it means you can go for a whole bunch more songs because of the chord sequence we're now going for. So if we give it a quick demo, we need 2 strums of each chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same sequence, but just 2 strums per chord, so 2 beats of each chord. And then we have this whole other bunch of songs that I'll kind of sing over now. And if you can keep up with the strumming, please play along with me and let's have a jam now. And then you can have a go at this in your own time. So 2 strums for each chord in 2, 3, 4. 1, straight to D, D sus 4, E minor, straight to C. Keep it going. G, G, D, minor, and we have when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. That was Let It Be by the Beatles. Pretty cool song. No Woman No Cry by Bob Marley. No woman no cry. And also I come from a land down under. One for the Aussies watching. On me, take me on. Now that's at that point he goes really high in the song. I'm not going to do that bit, but try and keep it going. When I come around by Green Day. When I come around, and that same chord sequence when repeated. It's also a lot of other songs. Save tonight, fight the break of dawn, come tomorrow, tomorrow I'll be gone. If I were a boy, I think I would understand. If I Were a Boy by Beyonce. And we'll leave it there. You get the idea, guys. So hopefully that's something that you've enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. As I say, all those songs and a kind of breakdown and a few hints and tips are on the website. Link is in the description below. And that's the end of day 7 of this kind of beginner starter course for guitar. Join me for day 8 tomorrow, where we'll be looking at our first scale, the best scale to look at for acoustic guitar, and learning a little riff with that scale. So it's not just a scary scale that we're learning and a boring scale. We're going to learn a song straight after it. And also check out, if this was a little tricky for you or you think there's something else you can improve on, please check out the previous days in this 10-day course where you'll kind of learn all the skills that will get you up to this level and should be able to get you playing guitar in 10 minutes a day. That's the idea of it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you like what I do, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 8. Take care of yourself, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.